Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today I'm reading for December 1st through the 7th, and we are now firmly into Sagittarius season. Pluto is now into Aquarius. Many people are saying we are either in the age of Aquarius or we are transferring, transforming, transitioning into this age also. So interesting times are happening all around us. Now, I am going to be this is going to be the overview. So I'm going to be reading with my, let's see, go over here. I will be reading with my my Angel Wisdom Tarot, and I will use my Fairy Tarot cards. For the individual readings, I'll use my Archangel Power Tarot cards and my Guardian Angel Tarot cards, all from Radley Valentine. Now, with the individual, I will pull up a Angel Gemstone Oracle card, Margaret Ann Lembo and Victoria Rose Martin. We're in interesting times. Remember, these are general readings, may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I do have some cards that I've pulled out for our new moon, Moonology Oracle cards. Yasmin Boland, artwork by Nix Rowan. I tell you this in case you might want to order them yourself. Moonology Manifestation cards again. These are the Manifestation. Yasmin Boland, artwork by Laurie Mena. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy, but remember, these are general readings, may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. So what do we want to know? December 1st, early in the morning, depending on where you're at, we have a new moon in Sagittarius. What makes this very powerful, this is the first new moon since Pluto went into Aquarius. So one of our messages is to focus on the positive. Now I pulled this one out because I feel, well, we'll come to that anyway. We have a new moon. Anytime a new moon happens, a new start is coming. And we have luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. Now, I do feel like there's going to be some disruptions going on with this first week. I don't know if that's because it's been, how many years since December 7th, 1941? What would that be? 83 years, I believe. And we've got some things going on where, let's put it this way, Uranus in the spring will be transitioning into Gemini, and that's going to be a little bit on the shaky side. But whatever does go on, do not be afraid. I keep getting this, do not be afraid, do not be afraid. And then I pulled this one out. Nothing will come of this situation. So remember, do not be afraid. Okay, now let me go to that one website that I do like to go to, and let's pull that up. Hold on a second while I do that. Oh, got to make sure that I have it on the right thing. Hold on one second. I am so sorry. Okay, here we go. Let me go back. Here we are. Reverse, and here. Okay, so this is the-astrologer.net. And this one gives us a little bit of a breakdown on where and what's going on with the planets. Now, 1st of December, powerful new moon. Now, we have a 1. 1 is a new beginning, new start. 1 in tarot is the magician. Okay, so the magician says that you can make anything happen. It is the great manifester. Now, we have the new moon at 9 degrees. 9 degrees is also the hermit. It's also the epiphany. It's also new ideas. It's, basically it's step back. It's time to pray. It's time to meditate. But it is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a wonderful, very positive, open sign. Sagittarius is the archer, and where the arrow flies, the arrow will be spot on. So we have the powerful new moon, 9 degrees. We have a sun, new moon, and Mercury in Sagittarius, so that has a lot of strength to it too. The new moon is trining with Mars, which is in Leo right now, another fire sign. Trining is kind of that partnering. Trining and conjuncting is partnering with it. Now we have that new moon, though, opposing Jupiter in Gemini. Now that's an air sign. Remember, we've got Pluto in Aquarius, so we've got that air. Thought processes, thinking things through, making some plans, okay? Hearing news. Jupiter is the planet of enlargement and of enrichment. So there's a new start. And when I look at things opposing, it's kind of like they're pushing at each other to make a move. So the new moon is all about new starts, and Jupiter in Gemini is new ideas, wonderful new possibilities, and they're both pushing at each other. It's kind of like the bullies, you know. Okay, come on, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? And then Jupiter pushes back. Well, what are you gonna do? So we've got a little bit of an interesting, we have a very interesting time with this new moon opposing Jupiter. Sextiling is a loose connection, but it is still a connection, and it is with Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto, lots to do with our Scorpio energy. It is the transformational energy. So it's sextiling. Remember, this is the first, right? It's the first new moon in this Pluto in Aquarius. So it will have a little bit more of, it'll just be very interesting. Pluto is about destruction and rebirth. So something's starting, something's ending to be rebirthed. That could be definitely. Now, this is where we get into some interesting times, because when I saw this 16, so December 4th, so the fourth day is our emperor, very masculine energy. 4 is stability, organization, and leadership. The emperor is also about that. Mercury is about communications. It is retrograde right now. This is where I feel a lot of karma is being corrected, being exposed, being changed. It's 16 degrees. So when I saw the 16, I thought immediately of the Tower card in the tarot, where everything has to collapse. Everything has to be exposed. So we're still in that exposure time, but Mercury about communication, and it is retrograde. Clean up on aisle 5. I'm not sure. It's just something really, really powerful information coming through. And again, it is opposing that Jupiter. And now Jupiter's in retrograde too. And that's at that 16 degree also. So there is a clash that's happening here. Sunday the 12th. Now 12 degrees is the Hanged Man. December. This is supposed to be the 12th month of 2024. Now this is squaring with Saturn. Saturn is the rule keeper. So we have the sun in Sagittarius looking at things differently, because that's the Hanged Man energy, squaring off with Saturn, the rule energy. And this is in Pisces, which is very dreamy. So Saturn's getting ready to leave Pisces. Not quite just yet, but it will be getting ready to leave. And whenever planets are leaving something, they have a final push to whatever it is they're doing. So we have some time with Saturn. Don't get me wrong. It's not happening tomorrow, but it will be leaving soon enough. So it's 12 degrees in Pisces. Look at things differently. Very positive sun and Sagittarius. Squaring off. Squaring off is where I kind of, it's kind of that grain of sand. It's gonna, even though it feels very, very uncomfortable, it will make that pearl, and that pearl will have value. Now, the interesting one, the dates that I'm looking at is now December 7th. 7th energy is the Chariot, okay, the Chariot. But I also look at the Chariot. I also look at 7 as an umbrella, a God umbrella. Even though it may look like it's very, very stormy out, and you might be feeling the rain hitting you, you are still protected more than you even know. So again, one of the things I'm always telling you about is no matter what's going on in the world, you still have to live your life. We cannot live our life in fear. Fear is one of those tools of the devil. You cannot allow that to overcome you, okay? So we do have Venus entering into Aquarius, so a relationship, loving energy around that. Venus actually is going to be more intellectual. Venus does like the intellectual energies around her. She does like, she is one that has that higher, not to say that she doesn't like the emotional. She does. She emits, she emotes, she's very, oh yes, yes, but she does like it when she gets to be around people that think, when she gets to be around energies that think. Now, she's conjuncting at 0 degrees. Now, 0, and this is 23 seconds or minutes, I'm not sure, but it's actually at 0 because we are at the beginning, and she's conjuncting. She's kind of given some good energy to Pluto, kind of saying, hey, chill out a little bit. We need to chill out. We can't be, don't show everybody your cards right away. So again, we have that 16 again, and it's opposing Jupiter again. So we've got that going on for since the first, and maybe it's not at 16 degrees, but it's been opposing Jupiter from the 1st to the 7th. So that's going to be kind of an interesting time to watch. Mars goes retrograde in Leo, 6 degrees. Leo is that fire energy, just as Sagittarius, passionate, burning, determined energy. And even though this is going to happen, we are in that shadow direct of Neptune. Neptune goes direct in Pisces, 27, 2 choices, 7 God's, umbrella. So we've got interesting times. I just feel when I just kept seeing this, I just felt tower energy. Things feel like, it might feel like everything's fallen down around us, but it's not actually the truth of the matter. Okay. So do not be afraid, and I keep getting, do not be afraid. I go before you. Do not be afraid. I go before you. So on the 1st, now this is according to New York time, on the 1st at 1:21 a.m., the new moon will be in Sagittarius. We will have the conjunction on the 5th with Mercury. Okay, we have our retrograde for Mars, and that will be in the evening. And then we have a lot of things happening. Venus will enter into Aquarius. Venus will conjunct, and what is this one called? Horoscopes.astro-seek.com. So and then Neptune, they're saying, goes direct on the evening of the 7th. So there is some interesting stuff from this time around. Okay, I feel like Venus with, again, I'm just telling you my vibes that I get with this. There's many wonderful astrologers out there, and I don't claim to be one. I just look at my vibes with this. And then on the 15th full moon in Gemini. So interesting energies all around us. Things are happening. Again, we continue to have these things happening. It's all about this whole thing with Pluto in Aquarius. If you didn't know what this is about, go back to last week's overview, and I do talk a little bit about that time. This is kind of uncharted waters, except that we can go back and look at what has happened in the past. And I've told you all about what has happened in the past. New ideas, new breakthroughs, but it didn't all happen within the first month. It didn't happen, it happened over several years. And Pluto is going to be in Aquarius for about 20 years. So we're in interesting times, but don't you feel, even though it may not necessarily be the way we want it to be, don't you feel more empowered? Don't you feel more activated? It's kind of like we're, more, I feel at least more ready. I feel like I have more abilities to do things and to make changes than I have before. So hopefully you'll join me on this. Remember, we do have to balance up. Well, there we go with that. 2 cards falling down, and they're flipping in the cards. We have to, this is why I'm always saying we have to stay shining. We have to stay, keep our light burning, because we counter so much dark energies. We have to have hope. There is major changes happening all around us, and I would say that, Okay, that one wants to come out. I would say, well, we're definitely in a time of major, major change. Okay, so these two cards really did flip out and, want to be seen. This is one that was kind of like almost out. So I said, we're going to pick you up. We're going to pull you. So all of them have some very strong energies. This one has probably the most, okay? So we're coming to some major arcanas. This is also known as the Temperance card. It's all about balance. We have Zedkiel here. Zedkiel has the the violet light, the purple light. Very, very cleansing, very much helping you find your new path, your new journey, okay? Balance energy is finding, kind of that Libra. We've got the two cards going on here. And we have the rainbow going up and down, kind of filling each other up. As one empties, the other fills up. It's all about moderation. It's all about temperance. It's all about maintaining a balance during this time. Blending, okay, now this is also a 14 card, 14, 1, 10, 4. So 1 is a new beginning, 0, God source energy, 10 is transitioning. And this could be, 4 is about stability, organization, and leadership. So transitioning into a more stable time, which is something that could be very wonderful for all of us. Blending the ideas of others with your own to create something extraordinary. Successful compromise, the power of diversity, self-control, patience, and balance. So remember, this is an overview. This is more universal energy. And like I said, whatever we do, we have to live our lives without that fear, without that drain on our energies, okay? Because that's what a lot of dark, I call it dark energy. Basically, it's soulless, it's demonic, it's just, it's energies, it's those energy vampires, things like that. We need to just keep raising it, whether or not we feel it or not. How's that? Okay, this one's reversed, so that has a strong energy. It's transformation. This is also known as the Tower card, okay? This is the Tower card. This is things feel like they're coming down all around us. We have a hourglass there of, what kind of time measurement, as in heaven. But at the same time, while things might be coming down, things are being fixed and things are being put back together again. So transformation, Shamuel, we have 16, 110. We talked about that. 6 is the number of man, the energies you put into something, or we as a collective put into something. 1 plus 6 is that 7, that divine umbrella. So a significant life experience that requires changes to be made, powerful and often unexpected revelations, breaking free of procrastination, releasing old belief systems. So there's a big, big shift in the air, a big change coming, and we need to keep our balance. We need to keep our hope. We need to know that, we are protected during this time. Next card is, 8. 8 is unlimited opportunities and possibilities. We have fire energy, Leo, Sagittarius, also Aries. Now Aries we didn't talk a lot about, but the North Node, Aries North Node, pushing things forward to make some changes. We have this connected with Metatron. We have it connected with the number 7. 7 is the Chariot card. The Chariot card says, even though whatever's going on, trust God. That's where I always say, Jesus, take the wheel about this. So there's lots. Metatron is believed to have been Enoch before the flood, and there are the books of Enoch. And Metatron, Enoch is believed to have been transfixed into the heavens. Some say that Metatron is also the king or the leader of the archangels too, or of the angels. Too much going on. Stress caused by many positive opportunities. And that can happen. Sometimes good stuff can make you feel, like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with all of this? Unexpected events or rapid changes. The ability to multitask, business, travel. So interesting with this. So it looks like there's going to be major changes that are, they're going to be good changes, this says. You know, we have to keep our balance. We have to keep our equilibrium. We have to keep our light shining. You know, do not hide your light under the bushel. Things are shifting, and it looks like it will work for our advantage. Okay, I just feel this is it's one of those weeks that's just it's a very powerfully disruptive week. Okay, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be bad. In fact, the cards say kind of that it will be good. Okay, now we have the Seven of Summer. Now, summer in this is the major, this is the fairy tarot cards. It is reversed. Again, we have that 7. Summer in this deck is our cup energy, our water energy, our Cancer, our Pisces, and our Scorpio energy. We still have very strong Pisces energy, fluid, emotional, spiritual. We have the, you know, again, we have that rainbow energy going on. So let's see what we can see with this card. You know, so here we have the rainbow, we have, which is all positive. And actually it's kind of funny because we do have like a fall setting in the back, but yet, you know, nothing really brightly green, or maybe it just doesn't compare to the rainbow colors with this. Now, the Seven of Cups is generally about emotional choices and, you know, taking some time, but at the same time doing your research is about, you know, looking at your options with this. But again, that 7 is a protection. So whatever you choose, whatever is chosen for you, it will work out better than we even think. So let's see. No more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from over-analyzing the options. So whatever's going on, especially this week, we have to not we have to not get into the minutia. We have to not get into the nitty gritty. We have to kind of do an overview. We have to ask God, protect us through this time, get us through this time, let this be a blessing through this time. Okay, it's interesting. Like I said, the 7th, that first through the 7th, just feels like it's a very disruptive week. But it does not mean that it is a bad week, okay? It just means that, you know, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? But we get through this, and actually there is a lot of brightness to be seen. That rainbow, it just has so many colors that it makes everything dull in comparison, okay? So do me a favor. I hope you can understand my ramblings with this. Okay, my Samsung, and just, you know, do me a favor. Please like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. As always, though, always, 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 always know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.